Danny's very first date is the 17th episode of the first season of Full House, directed by Joel Zwick. And as the title suggests, Danny is going on a date, and he's understandably very nervous about this, but it's more about how the girls react to this. They have very different reactions. We do have a subplot which I'll deal with really quickly, and it involves Joey and Jesse building a treehouse for Michelle. And I absolutely loved the final scene with that. I thought Michelle's acting was very good. Her comedic timing was fabulous. Really a nice bit of comic relief within what is otherwise quite a heavy narrative. Danny is going on a date with the mother of one of the other honeybees, and she's actually in charge of that honeybee hive. And he decides, yes, he's ready to start dating. Let's go for it. He's got some encouragement from Joey and Jesse. He's nervous, he's excited, but it's his first date since he lost his wife. And he tells Stephanie and DJ and Michelle. And Stephanie's not too bothered. She's curious. She has some questions. She asks quite quickly if his date will become their new mother, and of course, Danny explains that that's not the case. He's not looking to replace their mother, but DJ's very worried, and DJ starts to say that actually Danny should be at home with them, and obviously Danny starts to wonder if going on a date is the right thing. I think the episode handled the topic very well, very sensitively, and I think very realistically. Danny goes through all kinds of emotions. He goes back and forth with what he should do, and really, he can't come to a final consensus on what people think he should do because it's a difficult situation. But at the end of the day, Danny is a human and needs company, and he should be able to go out on a date. But is it the right time? And I won't say what happens with this or where the narrative ultimately goes, but I think it handled it really well. I was very convinced by everything that happened. And there were some really beautiful moments between Danny and his daughters. The scene when they're all on Danny's bed, I thought was very well done, very moving, very well written. I love how Michelle was just lying on Danny's legs, completely not interested in what was going on. Very, very cute. I also love the bit quite early on where Michelle grabbed hold of Danny's nose, and one of the great things about this is how the other actors can respond to the things that Michelle does, because obviously at this age she can't really take that much direction, and it's just she always seems to add some comedy right when it's needed most, and it's so sweet. DJ asking if Danny and Stephanie also asking if Danny still loves their mother was kind of heartbreaking. But I guess when you're young, you're not fully aware of what being in love feels like and what those emotions can be like and how you can't just turn them off. So Danny actually having these heart to hearts with DJ and Stephanie were really important. And I'd like to think that the episode could help other people in a similar situation learn how to deal with it or give them some guidance on how best to handle this situation, because I imagine it's going to be a really difficult thing, and I think the episode handled it well. I think Danny handled it well. It does sound like it's a really difficult episode, and it is. I'm not going to pretend that it was the easiest watch. I actually had tears in my eyes at one point, and Full House is a comedy show, so it's not necessarily what one would expect. But I feel like because those raw emotions are quite unexpected, they're just even more effective, and it was very impressive, very very impressive episode, very important, and one that I think is absolutely a real credit to the show.